In August 1958, the United States Navy assembled a fleet that officially did not exist. Task Force 88 sailed into the desolate reaches of the South Atlantic, far from the prying eyes of the public and the watchful censors of the Soviet Union. On board the USS Norton Sound, a missile test ship, were 3 nuclear warheads. These weapons were not aimed at a city or a military installation, they were pointed straight up. This was Operation Argus, a mission so secret that its existence wasn't acknowledged until months after its completion. The official explanation was pure science, an investigation into the Earth's magnetic field. However, a deeper look at the timeline of 1958 suggests a more unsettling motivation, one buried beneath the ice of Antarctica. The year 1958 was defined by the International Geophysical Year, IGY, a massive coordinated scientific effort involving 67 nations. It was during this period that the Gamburtsev subglacial mountains were discovered. This mountain range, roughly the size of the European Alps, is buried under miles of Antarctic ice. It was a geological anomaly that no model had predicted. While the world celebrated the IGY as a triumph of transparency, the internal data circulating among government delegations told a different story. Magnetometer readings near the 70° south latitude band began picking up a localized anomaly in the Earth's magnetic field, a deviation so distinct that standard geophysical models could not explain it. This anomaly suggested the presence of what physicists call a magnetic mirror. In technical terms, a magnetic mirror is a configuration of field lines where charged particles become trapped, bouncing between regions of high field intensity rather than escaping. While these occur naturally in the Van Allen belts, a localized mirror at low altitude would require something massive and magnetically powerful beneath the surface. If something of immense scale was disturbing the geometry of the field from under the Antarctic ice, it would create a specific electromagnetic signature. It is here that the path of discovery in Antarctica meets the path of the nuclear physicists. Nicholas Christophilos, a brilliant and unconventional Greek-American physicist at Lawrence Livermore Laboratory National Lab, was the architect of Operation Argus. He theorized that a high-altitude nuclear detonation would release a burst of beta particles, high-energy electrons, that would become trapped along the Earth's magnetic field lines, creating an artificial curtain of radiation. This became known as the Christophilos effect. The government accepted his proposal with unusual speed, a detail noted by his contemporaries. The official mission of Argus was to verify this effect and assess its potential as a defense against Soviet missiles. However, the choice of location for these tests is the detail that the official record glosses over. To test magnetic field lines, any number of corridors in the Pacific or Indian Oceans would have sufficed. Yet Task Force 88 was positioned in a specific corridor where the field lines traced directly to the magnetic South Pole, specifically to the 70° south latitude band where the IGY had detected the mysterious magnetic anomaly. The military wasn't just testing the atmosphere, they were targeting a specific loop in the planet's magnetic cage that connected the South Atlantic directly to the heart of the discovery in Antarctica. The sequencing of events in 1958 reinforces the idea of a hidden objective. Between August and September, 3 nuclear warheads were detonated at altitudes between 100 and 500 miles. But Argus didn't happen in a vacuum. It was preceded by Operation Hardtalk I in the Pacific, where 2 high-altitude shots, Teak and Orange, were detonated just weeks earlier. The combined effect of these Pacific and Atlantic detonations on the Earth's radiation environment has never been fully modeled in public documents. Notably, the classified annexes of the Hardtalk series contain ionospheric data from Antarctic stations that were never released to the public. These readings were taken in the same geographic band where the IGY anomaly had been registered. In his original 1957 proposal, Christophelos included a passage that discussed the possibility of naturally occurring magnetic mirror configurations at high southern latitudes. He suggested these could be detected by observing how they affected artificially introduced electron populations. Essentially, he proposed using nuclear explosions as a form of electromagnetic sonar. By seeding the magnetic field with electrons from a nuclear burst, scientists could observe how those electrons interacted with the anomaly in Antarctica. The nuclear curtain wasn't just a shield, it was a flashbulb used to illuminate something hidden beneath the ice. After 1959, Christophelos never mentioned that specific theoretical framing again. The data from the Antarctic stations recorded during the tests remains preliminary and unpublished decades later. The official story remains that Operation Argus was a simple test of plasma physics, but the convergence of three major programs, the IGY's discovery of the subglacial mountains, the Hardtalk Pacific tests, and the secret Argus launches all pointing to the same coordinate in Antarctica, suggests a different reality. The military and scientific establishment of 1958 discovered something under the ice that didn't fit their maps or their physics. They didn't just nuke the sky for the sake of science, they did it to see what would happen when the Earth's magnetic cage was energized. They were looking for the boundaries of an anomaly that remains classified to this day. The secret reason for nuking the sky was to probe a frontier that was supposed to be empty ice, but instead revealed a magnetic signature that demanded a nuclear response just to be understood.